It's just noise. See, sometimes when you do a tattoo and you got a stencil on there, sometimes you can see like there's a little line that's missing right there. Anybody like will overlook that. I don't personally. If I need to put it there, I just add it. You know, some tattoos you can whip out in a matter of 15, 20 minutes. Some are hours upon end. A lot of them I've done postage stamp size tattoos that took 2 hours, and I've done large bicep pieces that took less time. It's just all a matter of detail and time involved in it. Usually during the tattoo process, there's always a minute amount of blood involved. Some clients are free bleeders, some aren't. He don't bleed very much, which that's usually a good thing, but there is blood. They do hurt. Some people will call it minor discomfort, but minor discomfort hurts. There really isn't anything you can compare a tattoo to. Some people say it feels like a sunburn. Some people say it feels like a constant bee sting. And that might be logical to them, but it feels like a tattoo. Normally I'd work on, in this case, since about a week ago he got the rest of it outlined. It's not quite yet healed enough. You can see some cloudiness and a little light scabbing on the other ones and some dry skin patches and whatnot. Usually got to let that heal prior to working on it again, otherwise you're going to hamburger the skin. That's not what we're trying to do. So today I'll focus in on old Mr. Owl here and try to get him complete. And this is the original picture of him. I reversed it, but it's a pretty basic Disney character, and but I'm going to do a little bit more to it, a little more in-depth shade work using somewhat of the same coloring involved. And is this chest white, or is that just a bad print job? I don't know. He's going to have a white chest. That way we can always yellow him if we need to. But that's the outline right there. Right there, what I was just doing is, there's numerous ways to do it. I just kind of rinse off all the ink in the machine. This is the tube has somewhat of a hollow reservoir right there, which stores the ink inside of it. It isn't injected. It is basically pushed into the skin with the needle, and which in this case is multiple needles. There's 7 needles involved in this particular lining, and I rinse it off so that way we could just either change colors or change needles or whatever we need to do, and it just doesn't get all stuck all over the tube there. Basically use some water, some alcohol with it, and then just let it dry on its own. When I'm all done, I like to give them a nice cleansing there to wipe off any excess ink and make a nice clean palette for when we start shading and coloring them in.
Can you tell us some of the policies of the shop?
Some of the policies, we don't like drunks, junkies, anything like that. We like to keep it pretty nice and family-like.
We have lots of policies. In this day and age, legalities of it are becoming more and more advanced. It's not like the olden days where you could just get somebody in the chair tattoo on them. Now, there's, we're in the Commonwealth of Virginia. There's not really an age limit here, though the parent has to be with the juvenile if it's a juvenile. We don't let anybody get tattooed that has been drinking or on any type of, narcotics. Everybody has to provide an identification card, a government-issued identification card. sign a waiver of release form. It's pretty basic standard legal type stuff on it. And you know, we have house rules like any other shop does, which are pretty standard, but that's pretty much the gist of it.
Do you come up with your own designs?
Yeah, we do come up with our own designs, whatever somebody desires, you know.
When you're doing yours, what inspires you?
Basically, just the customer. You get to know them, talk to them, figure out what they like, what kind of designs they do like, just go from there.
Do you have a favorite one that you have designed?
I have a bunch of favorites, but the favorite tattoos that I like to do are traditional Japanese and Americana.
What would you say is the most difficult thing about doing tattoos?
Getting the proper drawing down for the customer is probably one of the hardest things.
What's your favorite thing about it?
Just the freedom of it all. Like, you can pretty much push out whatever you want to push out if they agree.
Do you remember the first tattoo you gave somebody?
Yeah, I remember the first one. A little clover on my boy's upper leg.
What would you say the favorite tattoo is that you've done?
The favorite is probably the traditional Japanese leg sleeve that I've been working on.
Oh yeah, I love doing my own designs. We have people that bring us what they want. We have some designs to offer, which I don't really care. It's called flash art. I don't really care to do that too much, but I love doing freestyle. I love doing custom pieces. The bigger, the better. The more intricate, the better. The brighter, black and gray. I don't care what it is. As long as it's custom, I enjoy doing it.
What would you say inspires your designs?
Real life, just anything that's real life. I like doing realism. I also do enjoy doing abstract, just stuff that's out of the ordinary, stuff that, you know, makes people stop and say, hey, why did you get that? You know, what's that all about? Just awe-inspiring type stuff.
What would be do you have a favorite one that you have designed?
Man, I have lots of favorites. Anything custom. I just like doing custom realism. Portraits, I enjoy doing portraits of people, real life people, animal portraits. And I just, anything that I've never seen done before. Everything's been done, but anything that just is a one of a kind, you know, is wonderful.
What would you say is the most difficult thing about doing tattoos?
Everything is difficult about it. I don't care if you've been tattooing for 50 years, you're still learning. You're still, you know, going along with the times, the advancements in it. To pinpoint something, the actual thing I think is hardest is learning machine control. You cannot just grab a tattoo machine and start tattooing on somebody. I don't care if you're the best artist in the world, you cannot do it and do it properly. It's just like jumping into a car and taking off if you've never even driven maybe a stick shift or something, man. Just getting in and going. It doesn't work that way. It's just practice.
What's your favorite thing about it?
About tattooing in general? Yeah. I love the fact that it's permanent. I love the fact that it is going to outlast the person carrying it. It will be around after they're dead and gone. I love the mobility of it. You know, certain pieces of art like Van Gogh or Picasso or any of them cats, it's in a wall. It's hanging on a wall somewhere in a museum to be admired, but it can't, you know, it's not like a human where it can actually get up and go all over the world and be seen on a regular basis, especially not having to pay to see it, you know?